Right off the bat, iconic. Iconic, 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 iconic. I freaking love this episode so much. I would watch it over and over and over and over. I'm writing it right away. Hold on.
Girl, you thought I fold up like a book, but I'm a Kindle. Haha. How come all this conversation? Me. How come all your ladies, they want me. 1 2 to 3 3 7. I'ma lead. Bouncing both ways back to the bed. That's greed.
Alright, what is up, Romancha? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, hi, welcome to my channel. So, no reaction today. It's gonna be a different kind of video, but it is still Treasure Map related. So, there's been 26 episodes of Treasure Map so far. Which, by the way, if you guys know how many episodes there are, please comment down below, because honestly, I do not want this show to end. This show breathes me life. I do not want it to end. But so far, there's been 26 episodes, and I thought it would be fun to go down a little memory lane about what each episode was about, because honestly, the show brought me so much joy and so much happiness just seeing these boys and the feeling of getting to a new group. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like any K-pop group should have their own little show for the viewers to get to know them, and Treasure Map was perfect for Treasure. So today, I'm gonna do a little ranking about what my favorite episodes were, and what I remember, and what made me cry, and what I thought was just enjoyable. So yeah, I hope that this will be fun. Please comment down below about what, as we go along, please comment down below about what your favorite episodes were, what you liked, what you thought was emotional, what you thought was so sweet. Please comment down below. Let's make it a whole game, okay? We're doing this. Also, before I start, make sure to like and subscribe, find me on my Twitter, and if you like more videos like these, as you will see in a few seconds, please comment, because I sort of want to put like more original stuff on my channel now. You know what I mean? Like, am I a YouTuber now? Am I? No, wait, I'm not a YouTuber yet until I get into beef or drama. Anyways, make sure to like and subscribe, find me on Twitter, and let's get this started. Alright, so right off the bat, you will see this little chart I made like in a few seconds. Okay, no, I spent a day working on this because I didn't like each layout, but we're gonna go with this for now. I have listed iconic, enjoyable, sweet, and memorable. These are the categories that I'm gonna categorize these episodes. So the iconic are the ones that I truly will watch over and over. These are the ones that made me laugh so hard. These are the ones that I honestly have a special place in my heart. I love these episodes. Next, we have enjoyable. Enjoyable are the ones that it was fun. It was fun to watch them be children. The missions were fun. The concept was fun in the episode. And yeah, everything about it was just enjoyable. Number 3, we have sweet. Now this is a little below enjoyable, but it's the kind that mainly made me go, aww, throughout the whole thing. And last, we have memorable. Now memorable isn't necessarily the last. It was just the ones that I kind of remember the episodes. They weren't my favorite, but obviously they weren't bad. So, alright, so let's start with episode 1. I have my notes here because I don't really know which episode was which, even though I do remember most of them. Episode 1 was obviously the beginning. It was the market shopping episode.
그냥 사. 먹으면 되고. 깔끔하려면 그냥 한가위 가지.
And that was when they went around in groups buying, I think, ingredients to cook without telling each other what they bought. And the whole thing, because it was the very first episode, I found it enjoyable. I found that it was nice, it was fun. So I think I'm gonna put it in enjoyable. I think my favorite part of this episode was definitely when Jaehyuk was cooking. No, he was frying, I think. I think he was frying tteokbokki. And he didn't know how to. I think that was it. And then they had to roll up the kimbap. And that was something. I forgot who made it, but it was huge. If you could eat that, props to you. But yeah, episode 1 definitely goes into the enjoyable section. Alright, so next we have episode 2 and 3.
윤기 가득한 보쌈.
Now, episode 2 and 3, I basically remember that in my notes, I wrote down individual places and that there were similar episodes because there were like part 1, part 2. But I don't remember much about these 2 episodes, maybe because they were still way in the beginning. I do remember that Sahi was at their dorm and he was drawing. I think some of the members went for archery too. Maybe that was another episode. But I think I still found this episode kind of enjoyable. But again, because I don't remember as much of it, I think they will go to the memorable section. Yeah, that would make sense. Alright, so next we have episode 4 and episode 5. Now these episodes, I honestly do remember a lot from it. I think it was, in my notes I put the phone episode where they definitely, it was an episode where they had to give up their phones and the staff like basically kidnapped them. I'm kidding, no. Took them into a little house. I remember it was in the forest. It just reminds me of the house in the forest. But no, they were in a village and they took him to a house and they went treasure hunting basically for like these questions and these answers. Some of them had a lot of like Guang. But I think I did remember this episode was really fun. I remember most of it and how Yadam was basically fighting everything. It was Yadam and like Jeonghwan, I think. Yeah, I think these two episodes would definitely go more for the enjoyable section. I'm saving iconic for other episodes. I'm like saving iconic for other episodes because there are really iconic ones and I want to talk about that. Alright, next is episode 6. I think in this one it was similar to 2 and 3. It was like I like episodes where there were more together in doing the episode rather than in different groups. I think this episode was when Yadam went to get his ID photo taken, and some other parts, I forgot which members, but they were dyeing their shoes with I forgot what's it called, oh my god, with like the paint. That was cool, that was really cool. But that was basically what I remember from it. I don't remember much of like more of the iconic parts in there, so I think this will go in the memorable section. But what do you guys think? Like what do you think were kind of memorable? Kind of like, I wish they could have done this a little more, but it's okay. It's not like it's a K-drama. Alright, so next we have episode 7, and I can already tell you, this is already a sweet. This is a sweet section right here.
행복한 날만 있기를 여러분 바라겠습니다.
I have a special, like, soft spot for this episode, and it's immediately going into sweet. 7, let's go. This episode was so sweet. They were planning a little hidden camera on Jaehyuk to congratulate him on his graduation, and I thought that was so sweet. That was so, oh my god, they're family. They're literally family, and I love them. I want to join this family. But I think with this, it was just like it was the time when I was graduating too, so I wish that I had something that like my friends, we would hang out and grab dinner, and they would like give me gifts and everything. But of course Miss Corona came by and was like, nope, you're graduating online. But it was fun. I think this episode was absolutely so sweet. I really love this episode. Alright, now we have episode 8 with Jeonghwan and Jungwoo being their iconic. Even though I'm right off the bat, this is not the iconic episode I'm talking about. They were Iksan tour guides for the rest of the members.
자, 오늘 정원 투어가 있는데 저희가 오늘 기차에서 뭘 먹었죠? 빵!
I think that what I really love about this episode was exploring Iksan through this episode. It was fun like I know that again, Iksan isn't that big compared to the other provinces of South Korea. But just like having them as a tour guide in this video, and they were explaining a lot of stuff, they went through a lot of cool places, and they had a lot of like cool photo shoots, cool Instagram worthy places. So I think this will definitely go in episode, what am I saying? This will definitely go into section enjoyable. I did really enjoy this episode, and honestly, this made me want to go to Iksan. What episode is this? This is episode 8, yep. Alright, now we're at episode 9.
경마? 아이고 경마.
This is the most memorable I remember from all the episodes, except for another one. I'm gonna go on to that. But this episode, this immediately goes to iconic.
햄버거!
I'm putting it right here. This goes to iconic. This is one of my most favorite episodes of all time. The way they were playing the games, it was like charades, it was like the headphone game. I honestly, this episode was so fun, and the way that Do-young cannot play at all.
마이크, 마리오, 라이크, 말리기, 숟가락, 추차례, 숟가락, 추차례, 락, 네.
Like, you gotta admit, that was iconic. It's iconic that a member cannot play this kind of game because they're just so bad of it, but it's just fun to watch them fail like that. Yadam, literally, he was about to pass out. I thought that was so funny. Do-young was really the star of this episode, I'm telling you that. Straight away, iconic. Alright, episode 10.
잘 먹겠습니다. 이타다키마스.
少し食べよう。おかえり。
Episode 10 was when I think they were on a holiday, and most of the members, such as Japanese members, went back to Japan and visited their family and friends. Yoshi went home and his mom made him, I think, dinner. A lot of them were basically on vacation. So right off the bat, I think this episode is sweet. Like, I think it was just so nice of them to finally go home for a while and then relax. I think Mashio went out with his friends. Haruto was at home. Yoshi went home, and it was just genuinely sweet, and it was nice to see them in a home environment. So yeah, this one definitely goes into the sweet section next to episode 7. Okay, episode 11. Right off the bat, iconic. Iconic, 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 iconic. I freaking love this episode so much. I would watch it over and over and over and over. I'm writing it right away. Hold on.
준규야,
So, if you guys remember, episode 11 was the Ague battle. If you guys go back to that reaction from mine, I told you that I already watched the episode before I even did a reaction, and I'm not gonna lie, I watched it over and over because
와, 그루브가 다르시네.
again, I don't like Ague. I don't like cuteness. I don't like when they do this kind of stuff, but it was something about the way that they were doing Ague that I had to give in. I caved in. Mashiho with that.
기조링.
Oh, he's so cute. I love him so much. Oh, it was just this episode. If you do Ague in an episode like this, you automatically have my heart. Again, I will say that I'm not the biggest fan of Ague, but sometimes you just gotta love it. It just works that way. So definitely episode 11 is my top favorite. Like, there's everything about episode 11 which is iconic. It was great. I loved it. It was everything about it was just.
나는 지금 피자가 먹고 싶어.
Comment down below if you like episode 11. If that was one of your favorite episodes, we need to be best friends. Alright, so next we have episode 12, and on my notes I have Escape House episode.
야, 최대한 높이 날려.
Now this one was when they had different challenges to go through, I think. One of them was like the green light challenge.
왜 자꾸 찌그막지원? 아, 나 잘 틀렸겠잖아.
But what I remember the most was definitely the, what do you call, the mix and match, basically. What's it called? I forgot what it's called, but you have to find the differences. They went to a room, the kitchen basically. They had a lot of riddles to do, and that was really fun. This one, I remember Yoshi was being really smart. Yoshi really brought his colors in this one, and I'm like, Yoshi, hello, Debbie Ryan. I'm kidding, no. But I think I really liked this episode. It was definitely enjoyable. I like that they incorporated a lot of the, not necessarily the main escape house experience, but a lot of different challenges. And we got to play along with them. And it was like, it was fun. It was enjoyable. So definitely an enjoyable section. Alright, so moving on. Ugh, why is my Photoshop like this? We have episode 13. Episode 13 and episode 14 were the school episodes. I love these episodes. I generally really love these episodes. They were iconic for me, but they were fun. The way that they presented themselves as literally just students not knowing each other and they had to go for partners. This one made me believe in, hold on, I mean, first of all, it goes in enjoyable, so I'm already gonna write it down. 13 and 14, right. So, in this one, definitely, what is going on? Asahi and Jaehyuk, they were the ones that really took me out in this episode. I think it's so cute. Again, I don't normally ship idols. Like, it's for fun. I do it sometimes, but it's all fun and games. I don't take it too seriously. But it's the way that they were so generally friends with each other, and I'm like, I wish I had a friend like that. I really love those two together. I think, again, I say boyfriends all the time to them, but it's all lighthearted. I'm not serious about this. Definitely enjoyable. Those two go in that section, and but honestly, this does have a special place in my heart, but I want to put above sweet and less than iconic. So it's a little more than enjoyable, but it's less than iconic. I wish I should have put another section here, but it's okay. Alright, so episode 15 was the outdoor special. This one, I don't remember much from this other than that they were cooking outside. I think that was the one that they literally did everything for dinner. Like, they made, I think, brunch and dinner in one day, and they like finished lunch and then right off the bat they started with dinner, and I'm like, wow, this is going way too fast. But it was fun watching them cook outside, and I do really like the ending. I think they were being very sentimental with each other. So I think I'm gonna put that in the sweet section, because at the ending really took me out. The ending was so sweet. I really like that. Alright, so next we have episode 16 and 17. They were the championship episode, the idol something athletic championship. What does the S stand for again? Idol sports athletic championship. That, I just say Isaac. That's so much easier. But this was the part when they were being very competitive, and it was fun. It was all nice competitiveness. This episode really brought out what their competitive side is, obviously, and for some reason I thought that Haruto would have been really like physically competitive, but then thinking about it, I'm like, he looks like, because he's really lanky too, I'm like, he looks like he wouldn't want to do sports that much. He looks like he's not the type. And Mashiho would be the type to be very sporty, and I was right. Mashiho is so sporty, and I love that about him. There always needs to be a sporty member within a K-pop group. If all the members were all sporty, and all the members were all like non-sporty, for some reason, I feel like it doesn't make sense. But yeah, this episode I really liked. It brought out more of the personality, basically. It brought about who was more of like, yeah, let's do this, let's win, we have to get that trophy. Basically, Jihoon, Mashiho, Jonghwan. But then there were other members that were like, oh, sports, which is me. But also Haruto and Asahi and Hyung-suk. But Hyung-suk I think he was injured this episode, so I don't really know about him. But basically, literally Haruto and Asahi, they were like, ooh, sports, not my thing. But this episode was generally really fun, so I think I'm gonna put it in enjoyable. Also, wait, before in this section, Yoshi is such a sweetheart in this episode. There's something about him that I scream, angel! He's an angel. He is a gift given from God. This boy is so pure, so angelic. Yoshi, ooh. Alright, so next we have episode 18. And this episode, I think I have written down a music game episode, but I wrote this down like last night, and I was probably really tired, so I don't know what episode this was, or like what episode each of them were. But this one, I think it was when they were playing, obviously, song games. I enjoyed this episode. I liked, ooh, whoa, I got tangled. I liked going down a memory lane with YG songs. When they played Last Farewell, when they played, I think they played Fire, they played As If You're Last by Blackpink and Fire by 21. I was like, this is it. I love this episode. There's something about this episode when they play old songs. Listen, Last Farewell by Big Bang. If you know that song, I genuinely have to be friends with you. Like, there's no other choice because no one ever talks about that song. Last Farewell, that is a song that people need to talk about more. So yeah, this episode is definitely going into the enjoyable section because, ooh, I love this episode. Alright, next up we have episode 19. And in my notes, I have written down hidden camera episode. Now, this was when they were, I think, in a house. They're in a lot of different houses. I realized that, huh? Like, a lot of different houses of filming. And I like that. I like variety. But in this episode, they all had a different hidden missions they needed to do in order to succeed. And I generally really like this episode. I love when groups do this. I know that Stray Kids also did this. I love when Stray Kids did this in their episode, in their segment. They had each little own mission to do, and that was really fun. Of course, I don't remember much from their missions, but it was like, one of them was like, Junkyu needs to stop Hyungsuk from clapping.
하나, 둘, 셋. 끝났다, 게임. 끝났네, 게임이. 네?
That one, I will go down with me in history. That was so funny. The way that he didn't realize, click what to do. Junkyu is a huge, he's an adorable mess. Like, there's something about him that's just like, you need to take care of this boy. This boy is generally don't know what's going on, and you need to help him, and you need to guide him, and you need to take care of him. But yeah, Junkyu was the highlight of this episode. He was so cute. He was so funny. And I think that this would go in around the enjoyable section again. Like, enjoyable again, it was the top episodes for me, but not as top as iconic. Episode 20 and episode 21 were the prank episodes. I'm gonna start with episode 20 because I feel like I have different opinions about these two episodes, or different like rankings for these episodes. So episode 20 was when, what was the smaller hidden cameras? It was like the ones in like their building where they, how would they react to see someone carrying, a young woman carrying a huge box up the stairs? Would they help? Would they not help? They had a lot of like the phone call episode where they're like, it's a scam, but it's not a scam, it's just a prank. So I think that this one was going enjoyable, whereas 21, I generally really like 21. I think that will go into the iconic section. You might be wondering why it's an iconic, because it just is. I'm kidding, no. But it's an iconic because, oh wait, I forgot to skip. Oh, sorry, I forgot to do something. But it's an iconic because I kind of liked when they went out to the cafe and then obviously the girls were hired or like asked to be like, oh my god, it's Treasure, oh my god, it's Junkyu, oh my god, it's Jaehyuk, and like act like fangirls, which I think they probably were, but they were great actresses. This sparked when I was obviously in the episode I talked about how I accidentally met NCT by accident in New York, and it just sparked a really memory of mine, and that's why we love this episode. But in general, it's like I like seeing them in this kind of situation, but also it's like I don't like to see them in situation, but this is also really iconic to do. So this definitely goes in that. I think that their reactions were absolutely adorable. They were so genuine, and again, these, you have to remember that these are literally little boys. They are young boys. The oldest is like 20, Hyungsuk is 20, 21, and there's a lot of pressure going into being an idol. So I think that this really brought me into that kind of light, that kind of like fan service and meeting fans in general and meeting fans on the street, because of course South Korea is so different. There are idols literally walking up and down, filming, recording, or just on their own without anything, and anything can happen, you know. So it just really sparked that like, oh my god, South Korea is just so different on the streets than here in New York. Like I could meet a celebrity here and I'll be like, I don't know who that is. but I feel like a lot of idols in South Korea, when they walk, it's like, oh my god, it's this person from this group, it's that person from that group, and I'm like, that's generally really cool, and just like seeing them in person, but also having the respect and boundaries to be like, whoa, you know, like personal space. Episode 22 is the room tour.
Boing boing. 사랑해요.
Now, in this episode reaction, I said that I especially love like interior design, aesthetics, and just like room placement, room design, room interior design. But I just love like how rooms really can depict a person's personality and for how a person is like, and how in this episode they all have such different rooms, and it really sparks about who they are, and I really like about that. It makes me get to know them a lot more through just like this episode, just video. So I think it will go into the more iconic section because it was just like, it was fun to see them, like what they like and what other stuff they do besides being an idol. Like I think some of them were crafters, like they love crafting. I think it was Yoshi or Asahi who had paintings in his room, and especially like Hyungsuk has a lot of fashion in his room. It's just so nice to see so many different variety. Wow, I could not say that word. Whoa, varieties within the group, and that was really nice to see. So that definitely goes in iconic. Episode 23 is the treasure hunt episode. Where they have to go around in a closed amusement park, which first of all, one of my bucket lists, I want to go to an amusement park that's closed. And they have to find out these little notes, these little treasure hunts, where they basically that decides what they're gonna eat for like lunch or something. And there's obviously so many different things. I think it was Do-young who only had candy to eat, which, oh my god, Do-young. There's always that one member in the group that has the worst luck, and that's Do-young. Until the end, where Asahi found the biggest prize, but Do-young was the one who snatched it from him. And I was like, I love you, Asahi, but Do-young was just quick. He snatched that right away. And I'm like, I don't like stealing, but I respect it. But this episode, I think, goes into the iconic, because I think I remember laughing so hard in this episode. This was genuinely really fun and genuinely really like, wow, like what's going on kind of episode. So definitely iconic for me. Also, wait. The most iconic part for this episode for me is definitely Haruto.
아사히라고?
I'm done. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen in Treasure so far, and that made into iconic. I remember, I was like, this is definitely the iconic part. That's it, iconic right there. Haruto, you did this episode for me. You were the star. Episode 24. Now, I kind of feel bad that I'm giving so many iconic episodes, but episode 24, if you're going to do a horror episode, it automatically goes into an iconic section. Like this, I'm telling you, anytime anyone, whoa, why did it do that? Why did it jump so far? Why are you running a mile? So okay, back to this. Anytime that you do a horror episode of anything, of any group, you automatically go into iconic. I feel like, again, like an AU battle, every single group has to go through a horror episode. You have to do that. It's just so fun and so genuinely, I get like nice. I don't know, like watching them going to this, like it was like underground haunted place. It was so fun to see them. Like, I don't know, just like seeing them scared like that. First of all, Asahi is the star of this episode. Asahi, again, I said it a million times, if we go through a zombie apocalypse, I want Asahi to be my partner. That boy has absolutely no fear of anything. I feel like we'll go really well. I feel like we'll actually survive. Like for me, I generally do not get scared that much. Unless someone touches me anywhere, I will scream. But other than that, I don't get scared by jump scares. I don't get scared by blood or zombies or monsters. I get disgusted, but that's different. But yeah, Asahi, there's always that one member in the group, and it's Asahi. And then poor Haruto, Jungwoo, and Hyunsuk, they couldn't take it. Oh my god, Haruto started crying, and I felt so bad. But I do like how the amusement, the horror, the actors and everything set up wasn't as extreme. Like, I knew that Haruto was crying, but I guess because that's more of his personality, like, it generally wasn't that extreme to what I watched before. There are a lot of other horror episodes I've watched throughout these years of K-pop that were kind of extreme, that were like, ooh, I don't think they should have done that, you know, that was too much. The one in Treasure, with the one that the staff set up, that was generally, you know, fair. It was fun, no one got hurt, it wasn't like too bloody or too gory, and it was on a fair level. So I generally think that this episode's really fun and really iconic. Episode 25, the house episode. Now this is when, again, they went to a different house and they were basically like, go play. Go, you're free. Go do whatever you want. So they were in the pool, they were in the trampoline, they were in karaoke, they were eating dinner, they were cooking. And I think I found this episode really enjoyable. Like, this was one of the latest episodes I've watched, and I found it really fun. It was enjoyable. There wasn't much of it, like, I was like, wow, I was laughing so hard at it. But it was definitely more on the enjoyable side. It was fun. It was fun to watch them have fun. So yeah, definitely enjoyable. Episode 25. Why are you not working? Are you stupid? Okay, you're working. Okay, I'm sorry. Alright, and the last episode we have is the punishment. The latest one so far. It's a Monday right now I'm recording, so episode 27 hasn't come out yet. They come out again at the end of every night of Thursday here, Eastern time. So after, I guess, like 2 weeks. So next time I'll be reacting to Treasure Map will be next Friday, if that makes sense. Yeah, but this episode's punishment episode, this automatically goes into, sad to say this, iconic. This episode, generally, I cannot take how fun that this episode was. The way that they did the punishments. Oh, what happened to episode 24? Alright, episode 26. Okay, my laptop sucks. The way that they did these punishments, Jungwoo and Yadam. First of all, I expected Jungwoo to be fine doing the makeup, doing the costume change, because it's Jungwoo. This kid is so quirky, so funny, so dramatic. But I would not have expected Yadam to go so well with it. I feel like he'd be more embarrassed. But yeah, because Yadam is more of like, he's quiet, he has his moments, but he's more like, I think he's kind of introverted to himself. And it takes time for him to open up, and I feel like that's what I really get from him. From this, when he actually dressed up as Pink Panther, I was like, Yadam, my child, I love him. When they do stuff like this, you'll know they go all the way for their fans. They all do all the way for this variety, for this content, and that was what I really thought was awesome for Yadam to do. And plus it was funny. It was so funny. The way they dressed up, the way Jungwoo was so dramatic. This kid. And I think next punishment was the car wash, which, you know, it was normal. I don't think a car wash was a punishment. It was like a chore. You know, like all the kids had to do that. The fire truck's going outside, huh? Love doing that. Love it when they do that when I'm filming a video. I'm telling you, they go out every single day. Every single day. I'm like, how many fires can you have in a day here in this neighborhood? I'm surprised I'm still living here. Can you hear how loud they are? Like, sometimes I'll go back on my reactions just to hear if something's in the background. Oh yeah, I think that's good enough. But the last part, bungee jumping. Now, I generally do not like bungee jumping. Oh, wait, no. I generally do want to do bungee jumping, but I do not like heights. So that is a contradiction. That's contradictory. But seeing them doing their punishment, Again, Asahi has like a skin of steel. This kid has absolutely no fear whatsoever. I'm generally kind of like I'd scream on that ride. I would scream, you need to push me. You don't need to push me if I go on bungee jumping. You need to push me down like you hate me. But Asahi, not getting scared, not even yelling, that's the energy I want in 2020. Mashio and Yoshi and Haruto, they were so, oh my god, when they were speaking, on all 4 members, it was 4 Japanese members, right? They were speaking Japanese, because you know when you're really scared, whatever language you speak in, your first mother language, you speak out in that when you're scared, and you just don't know what else to say. I thought that was so, it's just so sweet to hear them speak in Japanese. I don't know why, you know what I mean? But I like when they speak in Japanese. Again, this episode, the punishments, the way they actually did it, because I don't even remember that they had punishments, but they actually went for it, and I was like, damn, we're doing all of this. So yeah, episode 26 definitely goes in the iconic section. This episode I definitely will watch again. Any episode in the iconic section I would definitely watch again. And then I think this is what I would generally think about my rankings. You know, iconic episode 9, 11, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26. Enjoyable obviously has the most, because they were fun, but they weren't like wow for me. It was definitely episode 1, 4, 5, 8, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 25. Sweet definitely was the ones that I went, oh god, like just so heartwarming. Definitely episode 7, 10, and 15. And then memorable were the ones I wish they had more to it, but honestly I'm not upset. But they were sweet. They were a little lower than sweet. I'm like, they were there. They were fun. They weren't bad episodes, obviously, but they were, episodes. So episode 2, 3, and 6, which I hope this seems fair enough. This ranking seems fair enough. It was fun doing this, and I really want to see what you guys think about Treasure Map in these episodes. What were your favorites, or the ones that you thought was really sweet, that you thought was really enjoyable? If you disagree with this ranking, it's definitely fine. It's all my opinion. I want to know what your opinion is. Just keep it cool, keep it constructive. And again, there's really no reason for you to be upset by this. This is all for fun. So I definitely want to know about your opinions and what you generally thought about these episodes. And yeah. Alright, so we're back into my screen. So yeah, this has been my... Oh, I had a little heartburn right there. Whoa. So this has been my episode ranking, top tier ranking for Treasure Map. I hope you guys like this. I hope you guys kind of would like more of these, because I kind of like doing this. When I was doing this, I was thinking about what if I categorize the members? What are my favorite parts of the members? What would they be? What ranking would I put them? But obviously it would be a different kind of ranking than this. But yeah, if you guys want to see more of stuff like this, even if it's Blackpink or other groups or NCT, I'm generally fine with that. I've seen so many videos about this that I really want to do too. So yeah, originality, don't know her. I just scratched myself out. But yeah, if you like this, please make sure to like and subscribe. I'm Mr. Twitter, and I will see you in the next reaction. Bye!